Hi everyone, so today I'm going to do a declutter. This time I'm going to be doing my lipsticks. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but the idea of lip swatching all my lipsticks is kind of daunting to me because I have tons of lipstick. And I feel like that is really the best way to gauge whether or not I should keep lipstick or move it along, because sometimes I mean, a lot of my lipsticks are in my rotation, but some of them I haven't worn in ages and I can't remember what they look like on my lips, and I guess this is kind of the best way to see whether or not I actually wear it. And given I only have 6 weeks till D-Day, I thought I really need to get on to moving this along because I'm probably not going to have much time, let's face it, to film once I pop. So let's get into it. It's probably going to be a really long video, so get your snack or coffee or whatever you need. Let's get into it. So the way I'm going to do this is it's going to be all kind of nude kind of shades today that I've grabbed from my drawer, and I am going to go in alphabetical order within the nude color family. So we're going to start off with this one. This is Beauty Bakerie in Bastani. I bought actually a whole collection of the Cake Pop lipsticks. They are tiny. Teeny tiny. To give you an example of what a normal size lipstick I would say is, this is a Chanel lipstick, or maybe get a MAC lipstick. That's probably what most people kind of benchmark the size of lipsticks. A standard lipstick from MAC versus this teeny tiny Beauty Bakerie one. It's really small. Look, I don't mind minis, but I just wasn't expecting a mini when I bought this. I don't mind minis if they come at a more affordable price, because most of the time I don't finish a whole lipstick up. It's been a while since I have. Like I said, I've not worn this at all. I believe this is kind of like maybe a matte formula, and my lips are a little bit dry, sorry. I was afraid this is going to be too light for me, but I feel like I can get away with this shade. Look, it's not completely matte. It does feel a little bit creamy. So I'm going to be keeping this one. And like I said, I've not actually tried any of the Beauty Bakerie lipsticks before, so I want to play around with it. I'm going to take that off with a bit of micellar water. Let's see how long my lips can go for. So I might have to film this in 2 parts. Bite Beauty, I have 2 lipsticks. One I made in the New York Bite Beauty Lab, which was an awesome experience, and I actually made a second one of these for my mother-in-law. It's got a really nice minty smell. I like this color, but I kind of wish I had gone more adventurous with the color. I was very safe with it. So this is my own custom color, and pretty sure I'm going to keep this around. It's a nice nude. I need to wear this shade more often since it is the shade that I made, and I feel like it's a nice cooler toned wintry nude since we are in the cooler months now. I had a really good experience there. And if you are in New York and want to create your own custom lipstick, I think it was a great experience, so do recommend that. Okay, I've got this small mini. This is Amuse Bouche lipstick in Chai. I think I wore it actually not too long ago in a video, I think. The smell of these lipsticks smells so good. I'm not 100% sure what's in this one, but it smells edible. Really pleasant smell. It's another nice shade actually. This is Chai. Gonna keep this one as well. I really like this shade. Okay, I have 2 lipsticks from Bobbi Brown. I think these were both gifted from my mom when she went somewhere overseas. I think she tends to pick up a lot of makeup on duty free. I've actually heard a lot of good things about the Bobbi Brown Crush lipsticks, I think they're called. And I've wanted to try them for ages, but these are, I think they're Rich Lip color line. This is Bare Pink. Honestly, I feel like this, it feels fine on the lips. It's a nice kind of creamy formula, but I don't think this color flatters me. I don't think it does me any favors. I think I'm gonna be decluttering this one. Yeah, it's just a weird shade. I've been thinking about that actually for a while with these Bobbi Brown lipsticks, but I just haven't actually made the move to do it. Okay, next we have the shade Sweet Nectar, another Bobbi Brown lipstick. These are the only 2 ones that I have. Again, this is not really a shade that I can see myself reaching for a whole ton. It's fine, it's just not particularly my type of color. So I think I'm also gonna declutter this one as well, because I honestly don't see myself reaching for this either. So getting rid of my 2 Bobbi Brown lipsticks. So I have a Chanel lipstick. Now this is the only Chanel lipstick I have, and I bought this not too long ago. This is Chicness. This shade has actually grown on me. I bought this when I was in Japan, and I bought it because I saw Lily Rose Depp wear this in one of the advertorials. The shade she was wearing was absolutely gorgeous, although it does not translate on my lips the same way. I just feel like she must have used lip liner or something like that, because it's not the same. It is a really nice nude though, and the formula is really nice and nourishing. I really like this formula. It's a really easy to wear color. Gonna keep this one, and I have worn it numerous times already. I don't know if this shows you how much I've used already. Like, you can see that there's already quite a bit of a gap between the top and the bottom when I wind it all the way down. So I think I've already used quite a lot of this. Moving on, we've got this Clarins lipstick, and this is a Joli Rouge Brilliant Lipstick in 15 Pink Magnolia. I bought this on Lisa Eldridge's recommendations, and as you can see, I've used basically all of it. I actually really like this color, and it smells quite sweet. It's not overbearing, but if you don't like really sweet smells, you're not gonna like this. This lipstick is actually really flattering on the lips. It makes your lips look a little bit juicy, and it's got a little bit of like really fine sparkle in it. You can't really see it up close. Definitely gonna keep this around. I should actually try and finish this up. I reckon if I put this in my handbag and, you know, used it consistently for maybe like a week, this is probably gonna be all done. So I really should do that. Okay, I've got one lipstick from Clinique. This is actually a really nice nude shade. I'm not sure if it's mold. There's kind of like white bits around it. I don't think I'm gonna swatch this on my lips. I think this is a really, really old lipstick. And given how many lipsticks I have, I think this one's time to go because I see kind of like white fuzzies on it, and I'm just not gonna risk that, putting that on my lips. But if you wanna see the color, I actually did a video on my favorite nude lips for work, and this was a lipstick that I mentioned. So going to declutter this one. This is why declutters I think are important, because sometimes it's necessary to move old products out of your collection. Gonna get rid of that one. Dose of colors. I only have one lipstick, and this is a lipstick from the Desi and Katy collaboration. This is More Creamer Please. I actually really like this shade. I feel like it's quite a unique shade. It's got kind of like an interesting brownie orange undertone to it. In my last video, I actually mixed this with My Mahogany from Maybelline, just because I feel like this shade, it can look a little bit strange depending on what you're wearing with it. I think you can definitely make this work, but I definitely think this is kind of a shade that might work better for skin tone, a skin tone similar to Desi's skin tone, like a more olive complexion than me. I'm very yellow, and so for me this looks a little bit strange, but I do like it, and because it's so unique, I'm gonna keep this around and I can make it work. The formula itself is nothing amazing, so I'm not really tempted to pick up more Dose of Colors lipsticks. I am moisturizing my lips in between, by the way, with this lip finish from Pat McGrath, because my lips are gonna need a lot of TLC after this. Flower Beauty. Now, these were given to me by Georgia Harris. Thank you so much for sending these to me. We did a swap where I sent her some Australian makeup, she sent me some American makeup, and I had never tried Flower Beauty. Since that video, Flower Beauty is in stores and available at Chemist Warehouse. Not everything is available. I wish their sponge was available because I hear so many good things about them. But quite a lot of their range is. So these two lipsticks, I've got Cinnamon Crush and Peachy Nude. I think Peachy Nude is a little bit too nude for me, so I don't actually have that many Peachy Nude shades, just because I find that they don't necessarily suit me all so well, mostly because they're too light. And this one I think is. I don't think I can make this work unless I'm wearing a lip liner underneath or layering it with something else on top. It's not super flattering on me, so I'm gonna also declutter this one. I feel terrible though. I feel really terrible when I declutter things that people have given to me, but I just honestly don't think I'm gonna wear this, so I think it's best not to hold on to things that you're not gonna use. On the flip side, I do really remember enjoying Cinnamon Crush, so I'm gonna swatch this. Yeah, I like this shade. Formula itself, this is a nice and opaque lipstick, and it's creamy, it doesn't feel uncomfortable on the lips. I'm actually not sure how much they are retailed for in Australia, but I'm guessing they're pretty affordable. And yeah, I actually would like to try some more Flower Beauty products just because I've heard so many good things about them. So yeah, I'll keep this one. I do like this shade. Colourpop. Now, I have a couple of their lippy sticks, and I have this one, which is Cami and Ziggy. Those are the two nudes I have. Ziggy, I love that shade. Well, it's not technically a nude. It is more of like a brick red shade. This is Cami. This is a Matte X. I can't remember the last time I wore this, so I'm gonna try it today. I feel like this shade is really, in a way, it's kind of close to my natural lip color. It's kind of got like purpley undertones to it. I feel like this is what my lips look like when they're starting to get cold. Yeah, I think this shade is really pretty. I don't wear this a whole ton though, but I'm gonna keep it around. It's a nice nude, and I like the lippy sticks. Don't need to buy any more. I'm often tempted to buy Colourpop because, you know, they're releasing stuff all the time and the price point is pretty affordable. Moving on, Gerard Cosmetics. I have one shade. This is back when I think maybe Jaclyn Hill recommended this lipstick. I don't watch her, and I haven't for a long time. This is 1995. Smells sweet, like it's got a vanilla scent to it. I do remember liking this shade, but it's been ages since I've worn this. I have to say, I don't really like the look of the Gerard Cosmetics lipsticks. I feel like The packaging is also quite flimsy. It's a nice nude. The scent is really strong. It's actually a bit nauseating for me, and I don't know whether or not I want to keep this around because I don't wear this. I haven't reached for it in a very long time, and I've got nudes in better formulas. So I'm gonna declutter this one. So far we've gotten rid of 5 lipsticks. Okie dokie, what's next? Next we have a couple of MAC lipsticks. I haven't bought a MAC lipstick in a very long time. These are pretty old, I'm pretty sure. Pretty old. This is Fresh Brew. It's looking like it's had better days, to be honest. Again, it's kind of got like white dots at the side of it, and I think, again, I'm not sure if I want to put this on my lips. I think it is honestly a really old lipstick. I probably got it maybe like 6 years ago, and I got it from one of those discounted websites, so it was probably like 3 years old on top of that. So this is probably maybe, I don't know, like a 10-year-old lipstick. I'll swatch it on my hand. That's a bit safer. Looks nice on the lip, on the hand actually. Honestly, I probably should get rid of all my MAC lipsticks. I used to really like this shade though, I have to say. And then I've got Honey Moon. Bit of a lighter shade. This one looks fine. Let's try this one. This is a limited edition lipstick from a collection that I cannot remember. I do like the shade though. I'm gonna keep this one. I do like this kind of nude shade. That's all there is to say about it. Okay, we've got Maybelline My Mahogany. I've used this shade recently and I will be keeping this, but let's go ahead and swatch it for the sake of this video. I'm dedicated to the process. I think Maybelline makes some really nice drugstore lipsticks, and I will be keeping this. I do like the shade. It feels nice and creamy. It's a very easy to wear lipstick. It's on the sheerer side, so I don't feel like you need a mirror to apply it with as well. Okay, Melt Nudes. So I've got On The Go. I have a love-hate relationship with Melt lipsticks. I feel like the actual packaging is cheap, and sometimes the component, you can hear it kind of shaking around. It feels flimsy, but the colors are really nice. You definitely need to have a good lip day in order to wear them because they do tug, so you definitely don't want to be wearing them when your lips are dry. It's not going to feel comfortable at all. It's not one of those comfortable matte formulas, but the shades I find tend to be really unique. This one is not particularly unique. It's probably one of the more generic shades, but it is a shade that I would wear because it's kind of like an easy to wear brownie nude. So I will keep this one around. And next one we've got Voyeur. Now this is a shade that I bought from Kat from Chichness's recommendation. She really likes this nude. This shade looks so strange on me. I don't think it's flattering, unfortunately. I feel like this shade kind of makes me look a little bit washed out. So I don't think I'm gonna keep this. I haven't worn it since I've gotten it. Honestly, I've probably lip swatched it a couple of times, you know, trying to convince myself that I can make it work, but I honestly don't think I can. It's sad because I really wanted to like this shade, but I don't. So I'm gonna declutter this one. My lips are definitely starting to feel it. Let's plow through. Okay, NARS. I've got some of their Velvet Matte lip pencils as well as their bullets. These are the older ones. I've got one Audacious lipstick. But let's start with the lip pencils first. I used to love these. Like I would collect all of them, and I do have quite a number. But these are on the more kind of nude spectrum. So we've got Dolce Vita. This is probably like my 3rd pencil. I used to be obsessed with this shade. I just feel like it brightened up my complexion. I don't wear it so much anymore. I still think it's a nice shade though. Again, it's one of those shades that I feel like if I dedicated enough time to this, I could potentially finish this up really quickly. But I mean, I'm not in a rush to. They've held up really well over time, and I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'm gonna keep it, but I'm not gonna force myself to like use it up as soon as possible. The only annoying thing about these pencils that I wish they were automated and you didn't have to manually sharpen them. I find that annoying. I hope one day NARS can rethink that decision. Okay, we've got Bettina. Again, this is another shade that I wore not too long ago in one of my videos. So this is Bettina. It's not one that I gravitate towards the most because it is a little bit on the lighter side. But I like to kind of use this on the center for some of my other shades to brighten up a lip or kind of create an ombre effect because it is one of the lighter nudes that I have. Okay, we've got Valkyrie. I believe that's how you pronounce it. This is more of a brown toned nude. I really like this shade. I feel like it's a little bit grungy. It kind of reminds me of the 90s. I'm going to keep this one. And last lip pencil we have is Bahama. So this is Bahama and this is Valkyrie. I feel like they look quite similar, except this one has got like a bit of a purple undertone to it. It's a bit cooler compared to Valkyrie, which has got more brown. And I will be keeping all of my lip pencils. I do like them. Okay, moving on to the NARS lipsticks. I have Dolce Vita. This is one that I have basically used up the whole entire nub of. There's only a tiny little bit left. I really like this shade again. Some of those like easy to apply, my lips but better type of shades. Nice comfortable formula, no mirror required to apply. Again, it's one of those shades, I feel like I need to put this in my bag and just use it up. A week and I can get through this, I reckon. Especially in winter, I think these kind of formulas are good because they're just easy to apply, they're creamy, they're nourishing, and they're no fuss. So I'm gonna keep this one around so I can use it up. And then I've got Morocco. I remember enjoying this shade. It's kind of more of an orange shade. I love a good orange. This is not a nude, that's Morocco. I think this is a really pretty shade. Again, I love orange shades, so I'm gonna keep this one. Revlon, I've got 2 lipsticks. I've got a number of shades from the old matte line. I think they have potentially revamped the formula. Not sure if some of these shades are still available, but I love these lipsticks to death. This is Coco Craving. To me, this is just such a good brown nude. It's got a nice balance of warmth. It's not too deep. It's kind of like a mid-tone color, so it gives the lips some definition and depth. To me, this is just such an easy shade to wear. Just find it very flattering on my skin tone, and it goes with a lot of looks. So I have worn this quite a lot for a lot of the tutorials that I've done. So you probably have seen it around at some point. Now this is one of Revlon's butter lip butters. I'm not sure if they make these anymore, do they? I don't know, I'm not really up to date with drugstore makeup, but this is Juicy Papaya, and this is a really nice shade. I feel like this shade does brighten the complexion a bit, and it's kind of nice and sheer and easy to wear. And I believe I also might have mentioned this in my favorite lipsticks for work as well. I feel like Revlon do make really nice lipsticks, the ones that I've tried anyway, and I will be keeping those 2 around. So I have an R&K lipstick that I bought in Japan as well, and I did mention it in my haul. I don't necessarily think this is the most flattering on me. You can let me know what you think. It's quite a creamy formula and quite comfortable on the lips. There are like tiny little sparkles in it, but it's not super glittery. I feel like it does make my complexion look a little bit ashy and a little bit kind of dead. I don't think it, like I like lipsticks that brighten the complexion and kind of, it's like in sync with everything going on, and I just don't feel like this lipstick necessarily does that. I'm a little bit on the fence on this lipstick. I do think I can get away with it. I have worn it in videos and I think it looks fine. Maybe it's just me. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? I'll keep it around for now just because it's so new. Okay, we've only got a few more left, thank goodness. I've got this Schumer super old lipstick in BG 906. I love this lipstick back in the day. I loved it so much, but I think on my complexion now, it probably looks a little bit strange. We're gonna see. I don't think they make this anymore. I think they have since revamped their lipsticks. Yeah, this is by far the lightest lipstick I have. It brings me back. It really brings me back to when I kind of first started getting into higher end makeup. This was a shade that I used to wear all the time. Can you believe it? It does not do me any favors at this point in time. I just feel quite sentimental about this lipstick. I can't bring myself to get rid of this, even though I never wear it, even though I know it looks weird on my complexion. And I think my sister and I used to kind of squabble over it because we both like this shade. I am gonna keep this around just because it's a sentimental thing for me. Don't ask me any more about that. Okay, Suku, one of my favorite brands. I have a couple of their older lipsticks as well as these are from their 15th anniversary collection that Pony was the face of. So let's start with the older ones. When I first started getting into Suku, these are the lipsticks that I first picked up. So I haven't worn them for a while. I do prefer their Extra Glow formula over this one, but they make really good quality lipsticks. I really do like them. This is a pretty pink shade, and I don't have a whole ton of pinks actually. This is part of their Bright Up lipstick in 02. I'm not exactly sure if you can actually get this anymore. I am gonna keep all my Suku lipsticks because I love Suku. Then we've got this one. This is then the Creamy Glow lipstick in EX03. So this one is part of a limited edition. Formula feels really good, very nourishing, and that's really what I like about my Suku lipsticks. And then I've also got this one. This is a Bright Up lipstick in 05. This is another pink nude. It's a little more neutral, not quite as pink, and a little bit easier to wear for me because I don't wear pinks all so much. Let's move on to these ones. These are tiny lipsticks as well. They're minis, and I didn't, again, expect them to be this small. This is what they look like in comparison to their usual size. It's a lot less product you're getting. But anyway, they don't make these anymore, so I don't know why I'm showing you. These are kind of like more orange tones. I feel like the 15th anniversary was like the theme was kind of more on the orange spectrum. This is kind of like a sheer wash of color. It's quite balmy. And then we've got this one. This is 102. So it's slightly deeper. Doesn't feel quite as creamy as the other formulas. Again, it's kind of a bit thicker, balmier. Thank goodness I only have 3 more lipsticks to go. These are all from the brand 3, another Japanese brand. And I really do enjoy 3 products, probably more so their complexion products over their color products. I have got a few of their products in my project pan and I've actually been really enjoying them. So this is a lipstick in the shade, doesn't have a shade number. Let's just try it. If I figure out the name of the shade, I will put it on the screen. I have a feeling this is their lip balm because it doesn't really have any color, I don't think. It has the tiniest bit of color, but it's really not obvious. I think this is their lip balm. 3 is one of those brands that's really focused on kind of like more natural kind of ingredients, and like the whole aesthetic is really quite natural. So they don't have very like pigmented, opaque colors with their lipsticks or eyeshadows, anything like that. It's all quite pared down. And then we have this one. This is called The Power of Love. This is a pretty pink shade. Feels very, very comfortable, very nourishing on the lips. 3 do make very good quality lipsticks and products. And then last one. Oh my goodness, we're nearly there. This is, again, it doesn't say what it is. This looks like another lip balm. It looks actually like the same, almost the same color. I feel like this is something that would be super easy to throw in your bag. Just kind of when you want a bit more moisture back in your lips, especially in winter when my lips are quite dry. So yeah, finally lip swatched all my nude lipsticks, and I have decluttered these ones, 7 lipsticks. I don't think that's all too bad, to be honest. Lipsticks and eyeshadows I find are my weakness. It's one of those things where I don't think you can really recycle. They're just gonna go to landfill, so I don't really want to, if I can, move them, give them along, pass them along, rather than just chuck them in the bin. I want to avoid that. So obviously these days I really do make sure I try and buy shades that I would actually wear. I've still got tons of lipstick to go through, so I might see how else I can, maybe reds next, and then everything else after that. We'll see. Hope you guys enjoy this, because my lips certainly didn't. But I think it's, again, a good way, lip swatching is a good way to kind of see if you would realistically wear the color. Anyway, gonna give my lips some rest, take off my makeup, put a mask on, and then go to bed. I never say put a thumbs up, but I would like to see thumbs for my efforts, please. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.